Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee with the Pastor. I'm Pastor John Woodin, and this is a ministry of Hollywood Faith Christian Center in Hollywood, Florida. We welcome you. Well, of course, this past week we went through, started on Palm Sunday, and we are moving through. But it's a good thing that we talk about it. Jesus came, of course, to the Mount of Olives, and when he came to pass, he drew near to Bethphage and Bethany at the mount called Olivet, and he sent two of his disciples, saying, "Go into the village opposite you, and whereas you enter, you will find a colt tied on which no one has ever sat. Loose it and bring it here." Well, there's a couple things. One, that is a fulfillment of Zechariah 9:9, that says, "Behold, your king is coming to you. He is just and having salvation, lowly and riding on a donkey." Well, it was considered that riding a donkey was coming in peace. But here's something amazing is that he tells them specifically to go to pick up a donkey where no one has ever ridden. Well, I would tell you, if you get on the back of an animal that's never had a rider, you are in for the ride of your life, and he doesn't want you on there. But this is supernatural event. So Jesus, they bring the colt, and it says if somebody asks you why you need it, just tell them the Lord has need of it. Now think about this: animals in those days was like having a car. If somebody came to your driveway and took your car and said, you said, "Hey, that's my car," he says, "Well, the Lord has need of it," and he said, "Okay." That's wild. But these are supernatural events that are falling into place. And as they drew near the descent of the Mount of Olives, and if you've been to the Mount of Olives, you know that it is extremely steep, and you actually can't walk just straight down, because if you do, you'll fall. So you have to almost walk side steps, and many people zigzag across the street so that they don't fall because of the steepness of the Mount of Olives. But the people are crying out, and they're cutting down palm branches, which is a sign of victory. They're throwing them in the road. They're taking their cloaks off and their blankets and putting them in the street so that the donkey doesn't get his feet dusty. And it says, and they're shouting this messianic proclamation from Psalm 118: "Blessed is the King who comes in the name of the Lord. Baruch haba b'shem Adonai," and peace in heaven and glory in the highest. Now, David also came into Jerusalem on a donkey. And in fact, in First Kings, he tells his associates, he said, "Look, go get Zadok the priest and Benaniah the son of Jehoiada and Nathan the prophet, and get my son and take my donkey and ride my son, and then there they would lay hands on him and pour oil on him and anoint him king." Famously, during World War I, General Allenby, who was the uh, commander of the British forces, removing the Ottoman Turks, who were allies of the Germans in the First World War, famously gets off his horse, and all his men do, and they walk their horses in, and he says, "We have come as pilgrims, not as conquerors." Wow. And of course, that was the beginning of the British mandate in Jerusalem. Psalm 118 says this: "This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Save now, I pray, O Lord. O Lord, I pray, send your prosperity. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord." And this is a picture of what's coming for us. God bless you. See you again next time.